Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the official TWFC Wrestlemania press conference. We're going to try to get to as many of your questions as possible in our time here. We just ask that if anything breaks out, you keep a safe distance away from the stage. But with that being said, let's jump right into the festivities here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now to the match that I'm looking forward to, Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, last night, Kurt Angle would meet Owen Hart in an Olympic-style wrestling competition, and things would start off just as you would expect, with a little grapple and Kurt Angle with a quick takedown. Bret Hart and the rest of the Hart Foundation would be cheering Owen on from the sidelines as Kurt Angle would start to take the top position, and before you knew it, things started getting a little bit out of control. Kurt Angle going for a submission, the Hart Foundation yelling, "This isn't this type of match," and things would go crazy. A brawl would break out in the ring. It would take us over 10 minutes to get these two parties separated. Now, the news going around backstage is it may have injured Owen Hart's ankle, but nevertheless, Bret Hart and Kurt Angle are on a collision course.
April O'Neil with Channel 3 News. I'll be passing the microphone around and hosting the questions tonight. But I wanted to start with a question for you both. With how long this match has been building anticipation, and now the added stakes of it being for the prestigious World Championship, how important would a win be for your overall legacies?
I've said it numerous times, as confident as I am, it's not lost on me that this is the biggest match of my entire career. This is a dream match people have asked what if about for years now. Besides the fact of putting the old debate of who is truly the best technically sound professional wrestler to bed once and for all, there can only be one first world champion, one first TWFC Wrestlemania, and one name on the top of the list when it comes to best of the best. And after Mania, that name will be Kurt Angle.
So obviously this match is the biggest match of both of our careers. It's a chance to stamp our names right at the beginning of a whole new era. It's brought me out of retirement and motivated me to get in the best shape of my life.
And at WrestleMania, I'll prove exactly what I've said for years. Bret Hart at his best beats Kurt Angle at his best every time.
It's going to be so sweet, humbling Kurt once and for all, and carrying that world championship into the next chapter of my career.
Stanley Smith here with Ringside News. My question is for Kurt. It's no secret you're an Olympic gold medalist, but in my opinion, Bret Hart is the best technical wrestler ever. Can your ego handle losing a match this big?
Idiots like you are why sometimes I can't stand wrestling fans. When I won the Olympics with a broken freaking neck back in 1996, all I heard about was how the real world champion in wrestling was Bret Hart. If you actually believe there's any way possible I let him out wrestle me, you're dumber than you look. All these years of talking you've done about what would happen if we met in the ring is over, and I'm walking out of WrestleMania with that big gold belt and the title of best technical wrestler ever.
I agree the time for talking is over. Like I've said all along, as long as you keep the promise of a straight-up wrestling match with no cheating involved, I'm confident in my abilities and fully expect to be leaving Mania world champion. So that said, there's nothing else to say except may the best man win.
I've already shaken your hand once. It's time for war now. We'll see if you're still man enough to shake my hand after I beat you next weekend.
And what a mega WrestleMania match that is going to be. Bret the Hitman Hart taking on the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle next weekend at TWFC's first WrestleMania. So up next, we take a brief recap of the press conference that went down featuring the Intercontinental title triple threat match participants. So this question is for Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens via our YouTube page. And the question is simple. Why would you want to compete in two separate matches, one being the Money in the Bank ladder match, when you have to defend your Intercontinental title already in a triple threat match?
Everywhere I've been the past week, people are asking me, why would I willingly want to have two separate matches at WrestleMania? Why the hell wouldn't I? I mean, think about it. I've got to defend my Intercontinental Championship night one. Why not use night 2 for a chance at boosting my career even further by winning the Money in the Bank ladder match? It's just common sense. I get that I shouldn't overlook these two hungry talents behind me, but I know what I'm capable of. WrestleMania is my showcase to show the world Kevin Owens is on a whole different level.
I just want to remind everyone that both of these two have had their opportunities at marquee WrestleMania matches in the past. For me, this is so long overdue. This is my one chance I've been waiting for my entire career. I've had so much bad luck over the years, it seems every time I get close, something knocks me back down the ladder. So I can't even guarantee I'll walk away Intercontinental Champion. But what I can absolutely guarantee is that I'll give it everything I possibly have in me to make sure that this is the match the entire wrestling world realizes Ricochet belongs in the big match situations.
I've been viewed as a cruiserweight my whole career. As an ultimate underdog, I fought hard to kill that stigma with multiple upsets over top talents. And then, just like that, new company, fresh start, right back to being viewed as the underdog. Well, let me tell you now, nobody prepares for a big match situation like me. And that's a statement I earned throughout the years, pulling off massive shock wins. I truly feel like I'm being overlooked on multiple levels, and that's okay because neither Kevin Owens or Ricochet have ever faced a man with more heart and determination than me. So, quote me on this, there's absolutely no scenario where Evan Bourne loses at WrestleMania. Thank you.